So far in 2023, mass killings are at their highest rate in 17 years. Now, most attackers are young people struggling with mental and emotional issues who actually research their plans on the internet. Now, an online ministry is using high-tech search tools to identify potential shooters and connect them with the help they desperately need. As CBN's Brody reports, the goal is to redirect their path before they even pick up a gun.
Given the staggering growth of these violent deaths, national leaders and experts often find themselves dealing with aftermath rather than planning on prevention. One of the more frightening statistics is the number of deadly mass shootings carried out by somebody 21 or younger. That's become a focus for the Let's Talk to Them initiative.
We believe that individuals who are both suicidal and have some deep-seated anger, maybe hatred, maybe vengeance, probably at some point will contemplate a mass shooting.
It's a morbid connection that suicide and homicide are the second and third leading causes of death for those between the ages of 10 and 24.
I think that a lot of people are looking for a mental health solution without necessarily knowing what that mental health solution is.
Jordan Estrada is certainly familiar with the issue as a first responder, spending the last 15 years helping organizations put together active shooter response plans. Using that background and experience, he wants to focus on prevention by connecting potential killers with those willing and able to help.
So Let's Talk to Them is a new initiative that is attempting to reach potential mass shooters, individuals who might be ideating or planning a mass shooting with a message of deterrence and redirection onto a better path.
Let's Talk to Them started in 2020 following the back-to-back tragedies in Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York. In those cases, both shooters bought their weapons after turning 18 and used social media as their sounding board.
If somebody Googles or searches for any word relating to suicide, they have a response of websites to click into and phone numbers to call 24 hours a day.
Ken Churchill started Talent Adventures to help fund initiatives improving societal health like Let's Talk to Them. In this case, he points out how big tech search engine optimization on the topic of self-harm can provide help for anyone browsing the internet with self-destructive thoughts or questions. Compare that to search results on statements like, "I want to commit a mass shooting," where there's not one link to help. Instead, you can find step-by-step instructions on how to carry out a mass shooting in Google's top 3 results.
And while they're searching for that, we could be searching for them and reach out to them, try to create a connection, try to engage them, and give them thoughts about other paths.
I was going to attack either my school or a mall food court. Really didn't matter to me which one. It wasn't about the people. It was about the largest amount of damage in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of security.
During a TEDx talk, Aaron Stark shares how he strongly considered mass murder until help from a friend stopped his plans. Today, Stark helps Estrada and Churchill try to better understand that mindset. The team is searching for content, media, blogs, and videos that might speak to anyone contemplating mass violence.
We want to make sure that it connects with the mindset of these individuals in a way that does not encourage or incite them to continue, but rather de-escalates them, calms them down, gets them to pause, gets them to think.
Let'sTalkToThem.com is the introduction page. It shares their vision to help. However, an undisclosed dark web page is now fully operational, connecting potential mass shooters with redirectional content and chat features.
At this point, are engaging with them and encouraging them to hit buttons on our website that make a phone call to 988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. But it's their choice to do the connection. The second thing that we have on the website currently is a live human 24-hour-a-day chat feature where specialists, particularly in suicide and other types of harm, these are Christian people, that they could choose to be in a chat. It's offered on our website.
The organization says this isn't about surveillance or espionage. Instead, the goal is to be a light shining into the dark corners of the web. Each situation varies, however, so police could potentially get involved. Estrada says the reason behind his decision to help is because God's love is for everyone, even some capable of committing mass violence.
Not only are we trying to prevent this horrific act from happening, we're also trying to reach out and save and redeem that individual themselves with the belief that, every life is sacred.
I do believe hope is a full-throated acknowledgement of the reality of sin and its effects in the world in the view of a resurrected Christ. And Let's Talk to Them brings hope to people.
Brody Carter, CBN News.
Preventing and redeeming, a brilliant approach. You know, in fact, this digital strategy and social media strategy is probably ultimately going to be more effective than even the well-intentioned efforts of more locks on doors and more cameras. Those things are necessary and giving parents comfort in some cases. But this strategy, helping people before they leave the house, it was fascinating when Ken said if you type in self-harm or suicide, resources come up to help you through this. But if you type in something about I want to be a mass shooter, nothing is there to help. Until now, that is changing. So thank you for this really incredible report.